Happy Monday. I'm sure I'm doing something wrong. Happy Monday. You guys made my day. I'm already so happy. I opened up the um, reserved YouTube thing that was supposed to start at 9. I almost said 7. And I've got Tammy saying good morning and Kelly saying hi Tammy and Tammy saying hello Kelly and then Vicky saying good morning Sarah. You guys are like having friends. I know. I think I'm on. I thought I was on. I just feel like something's wrong. It sounds funny to me. I think I set a personal record. I got up at 8:34 or 6. We'll say 5. Good morning, John. Um, you guys are making me very happy. Thank you. I was like, I don't know. um, in my world, it's Tuesday. So you're lucky I'm here. I got up to go to the bathroom at, I don't know, sometime in the middle of the night and um, Dawn says, hi, Mom, because Vicky's her mom. I'm just happy. Thank you. Thank you. I needed that. I needed that. I needed to have my community being a community. Got up to go to the bathroom, went back to bed and said, at least I can sleep in today. And then I thought, oh, wait, it's Monday. I get to do the live stream. So yesterday was Sunday and I didn't set an alarm because the only thing on the calendar was a class at 1:30, which didn't fill. So there was nothing on the calendar and it didn't fill. It got 0 people. So it's not like I canceled it. It just didn't fill. Um, so I turned off my alarms because, I always set like 18 alarms and still don't get up. And I just slept and it felt really good. And I woke up, I opened my eyes and Mr. Mustache was, waiting to be fed. He was just looking at me. He kind of hangs out on the pillow over my head while he waits for me to wake up. And then sometimes he's not there. And then sometimes he's at the foot of the bed. And then sometimes he's not in the room. I never hear him move around. He just like appears in different places. He's a teleporting cat. Excuse me. I opened my eyes. I grabbed my phone because, what else do we do in the morning these days? And it was 10 o'clock. And I thought, oh, which is 10 or 10:30 is when I usually wake up, even if I've had 18 alarms go off between 7 and 8 p.m. a.m. Don't get me wrong, a.m. So I opened my eyes, looked at the phone, said 8 o'clock. No, it didn't. Sarah, stick with your. I'm grateful you had a toilet. That feels weird to say. Thank you. When I got up to go to the bathroom, I mean, I had a toilet. It just was leaking, so we weren't using it. Very brief experience there, but yeah, working toilet. It still has a mysterious thing where it just runs automatically, so the neighbor's gonna have to come back. I mean, he already knew that. Looked at my phone, 10 o'clock, opened my phone, opened it, unlocked it, whatever, and there was a message asking if I could work at Woven Art that day, take the Sunday shift, which starts and I'm like, when does it start? I don't know, Sundays. And it started at 11 and it was now like 10:00 something. And I was like, so I said, sure. I didn't say sure. I said, well, I could, speed up my morning routine and be there. And I was like 2 minutes late, but that's okay. Nobody was waiting. And I got to see Josh, who works at Seams on Saturdays. I know it was Sunday, so he was covering for somebody and I was covering for somebody. So we got to hang out, sort of. I mean, say hi a lot during the day, because I haven't seen Josh in 1,000 years because I don't work Saturdays. So that was nice. And it was nice to be there. And it was quiet. And then it was super duper busy. And then it never really got quiet again. And I got stuff done. I moved all the sales stuff to the sale area from the middle of the store and did some other things on the list. So 10 to, no, 11 to 4. And then I had dinner at a friend's house at 5:30 that was close to Woven Art. So I just hung out and stared at my phone because that was like I had just gotten out of bed and basically gone to work. And then for about an hour before I went to, a half hour before I went to my friend's house, I just sat there and I drank my tea from the morning because I hadn't had it yet. And I stared at my phone. I played a couple games for half an hour, and then I went to dinner. It was lovely. It was a birthday party and a birthday dinner. I mean, there was singing and there was cake and ice cream, and then I came home, and then I um, ate more ice cream because I can, because I'm a grown up. But like that was my Sunday was like non-existent, which was fine. I helped a friend. I had dinner with a friend and her family. Um, Mr. Mustache only ate about an hour, hour and a half late, which there's not really any feeding time, so he didn't know the difference. He's just always, see, he's gone. He was there and now he's not. Oh, he's eating. He's eating breakfast. Um, yeah, so Sunday was like, so then I was like, oh God. So now I'm not working Monday because now my Monday shift, we traded. And so I went to bed and slept like a log until I had to, you start dreaming about having to go to the bathroom. And then you think I should probably wake up and go to the bathroom. So I did that, realized that it was Monday because see, now I'm going to be off a day all week because I worked on Sunday. Isn't this a fascinating story? Aren't you glad you're here? I have nothing for you today, so I thought, I wonder if I can talk for half an hour. Yes, I'm sure I can. And then I remembered I had to live stream. So then I set my alarm and then I ignored it. And so 8:34-ish, I got up. So I don't have to see any people today, I don't think. Let me go look at my calendar. My eyes are going to go somewhere else for a minute. Hey, YouTube Live is starting at 9 a.m. I know. We have to take the garbage out today. I am way behind on my blog posts for my patrons. Sorry about that. So I'm almost 3 behind. I got nothing. Okay, so it's you guys and then I get to do whatever, which will be working because I have to work. I have editing to do. Was there any more to that story? Can we wrap it up? Okay, so let me get my camera that's actually on time. There we go. So we're gonna have tea because, and by some miracle, the hands camera is working today. I don't think I've shown you this mug yet. I'm seriously running out of mugs to show you that are different. I have 1,000 mugs. I've been doing this for over a year. No, I can't have been doing the mugs for over a year. But I have to figure out which one. Now I have like 8 of the same ones, so maybe I should just start rotating those in. And I have the wedding china, and which are like, let's look at the wedding china, shall we? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Do I only have 6? That's a stupid number. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wedding china, the dishes are here. The cups are in the back. And we have 6 place settings. That was a dumb idea. 2, 4, 6. 2, 4, that's how many anyway. I should start using the wedding china. My friend Jan used to use all the good stuff and put it all in the dishwasher because who the hell cared? And I could do that. I've started putting some things in the dishwasher that I was hand washing, but the wedding china all has silver or whatever around the rim, and so that I know that'll come off in the dishwasher eventually. So I'm gonna do it, but I should use all the wedding china. Mug tea. So this is a mug from an artist whose name might be, I don't know. It's from Boulder, Colorado, which is where my sister has lived at least a couple times, and she lives in Longmont actually. So C, maybe I don't know, but there's the artist's signature up here, and then it says Boulder, Colorado. And I have 2 of these, and I have cups and saucers, 2 of those, and a candle uh, stick holder, whatever that's called, and a tray. So every year she was sending me a little bit more. I think it's really pretty. So let's get some tea, shall we? And it's not very big, and I need a lot of tea, so hopefully this is steeped. I get zero, I don't do any affiliate things, but lovely teapot from October Moon in Lansing. The tea, which I purchased for myself during COVID because I did some late night shopping at October Moon in Old Town online. And the tea was a gift from my friend Denise. Like, I think it was a birthday gift. And so this one's it's from Tiara. I say Tiara. Oh, that's probably is Tiara because it sounds like tiara. Boost, and it's got some caffeine. That's all I know. I was like, which one has caffeine? 30 to 50 milligrams of caffeine to give a large boost of energy to your afternoon. It's white tea and peach chunks. That's probably, I don't know. And chrysanthemum and vanilla. So that sounds delicious. It's going to be too hot, but let's... Guess what? It's too hot. So yum. And then I used a little tea scooper spoon that I got at David's Tea in Boston on an ill-fated bus trip with the Hazlitt High School band when my son was a junior. That's a story. Hi, Diane. Tammy, I'm glad you asked that. I was like, I should say something, and then I thought, no, I'm not going to say anything, but I'll say something. So Tammy asks if I got my Cafe Press mugs figured out, and the answer is yes. I'm going to try to return all of them. I think I'm going to shut down the Cafe Press store and then find another swag shop because I ordered a lot of the things to see the quality, and the clothing is lovely. I like the clothing. The clothing is lovely. I like the clothing. The greeting cards were startling. They were large. I didn't get note cards. The keychain was fine, but overpriced. The coaster is lovely. The Argyle latte mug, or whatever the ones that are like that are called, is lovely. I didn't get the other Argyle products. There's something else that the stickers were 3x5, so that was way too big. I mean, it said that, but I didn't look at it, and then I ordered it. So that was way too big. There wasn't another size option. And then the mugs, the big mug is ginormous, like 20 ounces or something. I like a lot of tea, so I like big mugs. And the logo wasn't centered, it was toward the handle. So my Cafe Press consultant and I, mostly she, put it over where it looked more to be in the middle, and then I ordered another one, and it was almost in the middle, but the handle was cockeyed to the can't lift up the... So if this is the mug, and the handle should stick straight out, it was kind of like this, which is weird. Well, it was just like this. No, it was like this. So if you held it properly, if you held it in your hand, the logo still was canted because the whole thing was canted. So I took that off the shop, and then I ordered the normal size mug, which is still kind of big. I don't know how many ounces. And that came, and that logo was toward the handle. It's like, what the fuck? So I'm just going to today probably just shut the shop down and find a different shop. It's like, now I have all this swag. Oh, and the buttons. There were little buttons. They're cute, but I haven't handed those out yet. I only got 10. Yeah, so I'm basically overall disappointed in Cafe Press. So thank you for asking. Don't buy anything. I will find a different swag thing. Oh, here comes Mr. Mustache. Come on. Come on. Come on over. There he is. Hi, Mr. Mustache. How are you? Oh, nice. Isn't he adorbs? I know. He says hello. He's so soft. He has like, giant shoulder blades, which I've never noticed on any of my other cats. I'm sure they had them, but they're like big. Hey, hey. Watch what he likes to do. This is what he likes to do. Ready? Oh, he's not going to do it. He's camera shy. Isn't he handsome? You want to do your thing? You want to do your thing? All right. Let's do, hi, which way do we go? Let's look at me, shall we? So the one thing, I want to do some virtue signaling first. It is Black History Month, I heard. So I'm wearing my Black Lives Matter shirt because on the way into work yesterday, I don't want to preach, but I'm preaching because I don't know much about Black history and it's Black History Month. So on Kanopy, Kanopy, which is one of the library things, I've been watching a different Black history movie or biography from the Black history selection every day. And but yesterday on the way into or out of work, the Hidden Brain podcast was on, and they were talking about how the Black Lives Matter, among other things, how the Black Lives Matter movement got rolling. When you use the word steam, picked up steam, picked up momentum. What do you do, steam? I don't know. Yes, we guess he might have some Siamese. He's got blue eyes. He's a snowshoe, probably part Siamese. That's what the adoption papers said. Okay, so let's just talk about something. So I've watched but sorry, biographies of W.E.B. Du Bois. Oh my gosh, Ida B. Wells. I'm watching the Maya Angelou one, but it keeps crapping out on me. So I gave up last night. I watched a movie, is it called Outrage, about Tulsa, Oklahoma race riot, the massacre in 1921 that deleted a whole town, neighborhood, and then was covered up for 80 years. I'm watching the Ken Burns series on jazz, and I made it through the first almost 2-hour episode of 10, so that's going to take a while. Plus, I'm running out of credits on Kanopy. Tammy was reading about Arthur Ashe last night because today is the 30th anniversary of his passing. Nice. There's a Billie Holiday one I'd like to watch. I mean, I've got 28 days, right? Oh, and I watched one on the history of lynching. It was only half an hour and it didn't show any actual bodies, although, I mean, I was nervous about watching that one. So I'm learning a lot. And then there's no more in there. Well, it's the 6, so there have been 5. Did I list 5? There's been a lot of learning, and then some of them are from most of them refer to the same things, so hopefully I'll remember. Anyway, virtue signaling there. I'm telling you that I'm learning about Black history, which we should already know about. I'm 61 years old and I don't know any of this stuff. I found at the shop, this really fits. I showed it on my Friday live stream because it fit more into the things I talk about there. Fisk University Singers. Okay, I know nothing about that. I'll have to remember that one. I don't have anything to write with. Kelly, can you shoot me a text or a messenger message about that, please? So I remember, because I have the passport through WKAR, so that should let me see that. Thank you. And I had a few months back listened to Maya Angelou reading I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings. So now I'm watching a biography that includes her. Well, she's passed on by the time the biography was made, but she's speaking through a lot of it, recorded things. So anyway, thank you, Kelly. Back to, so my Friday live stream for my patrons, for my French fry patrons and above. If you would like to see the other things, we have polls, we have blog posts. I'm almost 3 behind right now. I'll get there. We have an additional live stream on Fridays. I have Zoom ins either weekly or monthly. And then I have, if you're very generous, if you're too generous, then I'll mail you something every month, little snippets. So that's my Patreon community. That is one of my streams of income, and I appreciate it greatly. It allows me to experiment. It allows me to do more of this, is what it allows me to do, which I consider to be connection and community building. So there you go. I mean, I am happy you guys are here. You made my day before I was even on because you were already messaging each other, which is the community and the connection that I'm talking about. So yay, you guys. I should find the link and put it in. Let's find the link and put it in because I should promote it. Let's see. It'll just take a second. And then I'll show you my coloring book. I got a coloring book. It's not really a coloring book. It's a coloring book, but it's got a different purpose. But they say you can also use it as a coloring book. So some of you are already patrons of mine. Thank you so much. You know I appreciate you, and others might want to take advantage of that. So oops, I need to go back to the studio where I'm live. Okay, because on the YouTube I'm delayed, which can't watch it while I'm delayed and still talking. So I work at the shop, Woven Art in East Lansing, once a week, usually Mondays. This week it was Sunday, which maybe was last week. That should be another poll. And today's Monday, so I need to get a poll for tomorrow. I'll forget that too. So quite often, quite often when I go into the shop on Mondays, there's stuff there that wasn't there the previous Monday, and I don't always see it. Sometimes people bring it up to purchase it, and I'm like, we don't carry that. They're like, yes, you do. It's from that shelf right there. So last Monday, I think, I walked in and something caught my eye as I was walking. I'm like, I haven't seen that book before. And I looked at it later. I forgot about it. And I looked at it later and oh my gosh. So this book is from 2020. It's from Vogue Knitting, obviously, and it's called Colorwork Paper. I got a shadow. It's probably from the laptop. Includes 96 sheets in 2 gauges, and honest to Pete. So see this? Well, I can show you because look. Here's the cover, and I'm opening just the cover, and the cover is white on the inside, and then we go right to these pages of knit stitches, and I went, oh my gosh! And like, there's nothing on the cover, there's no masthead, there's nothing. And then it's page after page, they're double-sided, and then you get smaller stitches back here, which I'll explain in a minute, and there's the last page, and then there's the back cover. It's like chock full, cover to cover. And the idea is that knitter's graph paper, which is not square because knit stitches aren't square, you can color in knitter's graph paper, which is fine. It's a very handy tool. I've used it a lot. And you can or you can color in their graph paper, which is shaped like knit stitches, so you can get a better idea. It looks the same, but it's a better idea of what the actual knitting will look like because it has the knit stitches, the shapes of the knit stitches. And they have 2 gauges. One is for at the ratio of color work, and which is maybe this one. I don't care. And the other one is at the ratio of, so the first one of them is at the ratio of stranded knitting. So it's more, the stitches are more square. And the other one is at the ratio of closer to stockinette because it's meant for intarsia. So you can still color in and see what it would look like. And it's knitters, it's not 1 by 1 or whatever. So I got excited because I'm like, I sharpened up all my I pulled out all my colored pencils and I sharpened them. And on Fridays, I do a color thing for inspiration, which I am not quite into a habit with yet. But this, I just thought, I mean, I'm not going to use it for planning Fair Isle. I'm going to use it for just coloring the little tiny things, because most coloring books are like pictures that you color in, and you got to like color the whole hair, and you have to color the whole book or cat or whatever, and maybe do some shading or something if you're fancy. This I can just play with colors and just color in forever because there's 96 frickin' pages. So that made me really happy. That was at the shop. Okay, we're gonna do this first. Well, I like it when it's just hot enough that it's a little, I mean, a little too hot, but I can still take a big swig. It's very satisfying. Because otherwise it's, too hot or not hot enough. But that's the beauty of tea, is it can be any temperature. And it's fine. This is my headphone cable. I can't get it out of the way because it's on the left, and so is my camera. So these are the cards from last week on the bottom. This is the Knitter's Oracle desk. Tammy says, you never know, you might be inspired to knit your coloring. You are correct, except I plan to change the colors a lot. You know what, Tammy? There's a sweater from, is it Wool and Pine? It's not Pine and Wool, that sounds it. Have I only shuffled once? 2, let's do one thing at a time. Hi, Mr. Mustache. Now he's by the door again. 3. That's called Sea Glass that I want to knit. The sweater is the pullover is DK weight, and oh boy, I know how today's gonna go. And the Sea Glass tee is fingering weight, and I'm gonna use the tee. And that's on the screen. I'm like trying to move this thing, but it's on the screen, a little smudgy. I want to use my Shetland, my jumper weight Shetland, because I have a billion colors, and it probably won't even use that much of it to make the stupid sweater, but I want to do it in that, which is a fingering weight. So I'm going to get the T. Well, yeah, so I don't have to do the math. I'm going to get the T pattern, TEE, from, don't shuffle. Did I cut? I don't think I cut. Oh my God. From Wool and Pine, and then just make it long sleeved with my jumper weight Shetland. I'm very excited about that. I don't know when I'm going to do that. So Knitter's Oracle is a thing that I do on Mondays, just like the thing I do on Fridays and the thing I do on Tuesdays and the thing that I was doing on Wednesdays, but now seems to be Thursdays or a week or 2 later via Patreon. Oh my God, that was just the one on the bottom of the pile. It's definitely telling me something because I keep drawing this card. Okay. Designer. Let's review, shall we? The designer is actively designing something large and with at least one appendage. And they are drinking tea using a tea bag. I used loose leaf tea today for the first time in a really long time. I think the Wellbutrin dose, the new Wellbutrin dose, is helping. I made chicken soup from scratch, if we count a box of chicken broth, and then ate it in 2 days. So yay me. And I've been eating salads, much as I dislike them because then I'm hungry. But anyway, I think the Wellbutrin's helping a lot. So this designer is actively making something and using the calculator, figuring things out, scratching things out. They have their notebook. They're keeping a tally. I don't know if you can see all those things. I'm just pointing. The tally is above the calculator. There you go. Who the hell knows what they're making? It's got a few colors because it's big stripes, so it's probably different colors of yarn. So there's the designer, and to me the designer is pushing. To me, it's a card that says pushing yourself to make a well. So last week I think it was when I decided everything meant to make something that's never been made before, even if it's something from a pattern, but you just use a different yarn or color even. Sorry, I'm yawning because I'm a little tired. So I still want that to be pushing yourself. But let's do something different this week then to make something that's never been made before. We'll just go with pushing yourself for right now. The Hank. Oh, we haven't had that one for a while. Have we had that one at all? The Hank. This is a nice, so a Hank, it's a, yeah, I guess it would do that. It's, you know, the loop of yarn that's been twisted into a hank. Sorry, sniffy nose. It appears to have one very small portion that's a different color, so probably hand dyed with just a little oomph to it. There's a, oh, I'm so sorry. Oh, will I nap today or not? Probably not. Will I go to bed early today? Probably not. This is my life. But man, I'm tired. There's a thing that Anna told me about recently, and she says it's called assigned pooling, but as Tammy knows, assigned pooling originally was meant something else. So now what they're saying is assigned pooling is like knitting with a yarn like this, that this looks like it has a thin section of another color, so that it wouldn't be the right skein at all. But there's some yarn that comes out these days that has little bits of little blips of color, and when you get to the blip of color, you purl for that section or whatever. You change your stitch for that section. Just for, oh my gosh, I'm going to fall asleep before we're done with this, which would be 3 minutes ago. The circle. God. So to me, let's see, have I had the Hank before? So this is the nicer yarn. You're not going to find Hanks in a big box store, I don't believe. I'm going with hand dyed. It could be commercially spun, but I'm going with hand dyed because of that little section. So it's kind of a not your normal hand dyed. And then the circle, this is a bunch of different people working on different things. Long straight needles, making pom-poms. I think that's crochet, a crochet hook. And this, they don't have any needles at all, do they? Yes, that's a crochet hook. This is one knitting needle, or maybe it's Tunisian crochet. I don't know. So a variety of things being done. Sorry, all in the Fiber Arts. This is this is a ball of yarn without a label. That one has a label. This is a wound ball of yarn, wound by hand, outside pole. And I don't know, what do you think that is? Oh, that's their sleeve. They're wearing a sweater. Sorry. Okay. Oops, that's upside down. Because I know I learned what inverted means, but I'm not doing that right now. I'm not doing that yet. I'm not advanced. Inverted means if the card's upside down, the card has a different meaning. All right. So pushing yourself, a kind of specialty yarn, I'll say, because not your average color dyed stuff. And then a group of people coming together to do something in common, but not exactly the same. So on my own, I would say And they're making quite big things, and that one's making a smaller thing, or at least so far it's smaller. Pushing yourself, using a specialty yarn, sounds like stash busting, and doing it with friends. See, that's the class that didn't go on Sunday. Okay. Woe is me. 14, the designer, career, jobs, work, life, ambition. Okay, let's read it, Sarah, and pay attention. Career. Oh, sorry about the sniffing. Jobs, work life. That's my whole life. Ambition, intelligence, shrewdness, cleverness. Well, so you will be, when you push yourself to do something that's complicated and has steps and takes time and needs to be done, you know, maybe in stages and maybe proofread, you will feel clever and intelligent. And I mean, you might not during the process. And where did it go? Shrewd, maybe not. Ambitious. It would be ambitious to try that. And then number 1, the Hank. I don't know if I've had the Hank. Call to action. Opportunity, getting revved up. Interesting. Because it hasn't been wound yet, so it's not a thing yet. So call to action would be, I'm going to use this, so let's wind it into a ball. Sorry. I'm sorry, I just inhaled and it whistled. Obviously, pneumonia on my part. Tammy says, maybe like your month-end group. Yeah, maybe like my month-end group, coming together to finish things. My month-end group is once a month at my home at the last Sunday, coming together for me, weaving in ends, because otherwise I'm never going to weave in ends. That's on my class page. Thank you, Tammy. The Hank is kind of stymieing me. I think I haven't had it before. They're saying call to action. So sometimes you see a skein of yarn and you think, wow, what am I ever going to do with that? It's so pretty. I'll just leave it like this. And then sometimes you say, I know what I'm going to do with that skein of yarn. Or because this one's first, you might say, I want to challenge myself to do something, to make something. What can I use? How about that weird skein of yarn? Let's try to figure out what to do with that. How about that? Because this one comes first. So I want to challenge myself. I'll go find a challenging thing of yarn and then either make something that a lot of people will want to make, or that one doesn't make me feel exciting. Challenge yourself. Find a challenging skein of yarn that you don't know you haven't known what to do with. And just start knitting. Knit with the good stuff. I'm having a little bit of a problem with this one. I'm so far, I'm like, challenge yourself, push yourself a little bit, or a lot, maybe a lot, because the end result will be something lovely that you can share with your knitting community, maybe. So push yourself, set some parameters, which makes it easier to push yourself. If you say, I want to make up a sweater, then it's like, oh my God, what am I going to do? It could be anything. But if you say, I want to use jumper weight Shetland and I want to use a lot of colors and I want it to be a top-down pullover, then it becomes easier. So I'm going to take, my design process is going to be to take the sea glass tee and make the sleeves longer. So that's not super amazing, but, and I'm going to use not special yarn, but yarn that I've been deciding what to do with. And once I get that all figured out, I can sit and knit with my friends. I just need to figure it out ahead of time. So sometimes you need to do your math and set some parameters so that you can come up with something that you can knit with friends. How's that? It's not really, that's what I'm going with. Put the work in, set some parameters to make something that then you can enjoy making, to figure something out that you can then enjoy making. That's what I'm going with. That was a stretch, or not a stretch, but a chore. I just wait and see what happens in my head. Okay, we're 11 minutes over. I am so happy you were here. Once again, you guys you made my day before you even knew it, before I even got on. So I really appreciate that. Thank you. I need my people. I need my people. Happy Monday, Tammy. Appreciate the extra time today. Well, I got nothing else to do. I don't have to go to work. Well, I do have to go to work. I have some editing to do, some fun, a new client. Very excited about my new client. So, a couple easy jobs. Well, I said that out loud. A couple easy patterns to look at. I'm just fixing some things, some long-standing things, so I don't have to edit the whole thing. That's what I mean. We need you. Thanks, Kelly. We need each other. Connection and community. I'm telling you, that's my goal for the rest of my life. That's what I want to do for a living, is just hang out with you guys. So that's where Patreon comes in. All right. I don't know. I still don't know how to do this. If I stop streaming, okay, you don't need to know. All right. I'll see you guys next week. I love you all. Bye.